On Monday, January 30th, 2023, Jelani Day's mother, Carmen, spoke at a Peru council meeting, which I will show in its entirety during this video. No response to Carmen's grievances were given at the meeting. Chief Raymond did make a statement later that day to a local news station, but I will not be reading it because it is behind a paywall. Chief Raymond did not put out a statement that is free for the public to read, so it must not be important to her that her response gets out there. She could have made the statement on the Peru PD Facebook page, but alas, she did not. Here's the clip of Carmen addressing her grievances at the meeting in the city of Peru.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carmen Bolden Day, and I'm the mother of Jelani Day. My son was found in the Illinois River on September 4th of 2021, and I yet know how he got there or who did this to him. I'm here this evening to address Mayor Ken Kalowski and the City Council of Peru, Illinois. One of the responsibilities I understand you have as mayor is to appoint and supervise department heads. I just found out on Saturday, January 21st, 2023, that you have appointed a new chief of police. This chief, I understand, has made history as being the first female police chief for LaSalle County, which is in fact a great accomplishment. But to my knowledge, your newly appointed chief of police has and is my point of contact for the Jelani Day Joint Task Force and has failed to make any contact with me in the past 2 months regarding any updates, status checks, or progress in the open and active investigation of my son. She stopped taking my calls and only would speak to, and I could only speak to her through email. After I was here in August, on August 17th, and seen the disservice that's being done to my son's investigation, and made this public on social media and made everyone aware. And I've yet heard from you, Ken, because I've emailed you twice. I guess her promotion in November of last year took precedence over something as important as the loss of the life of this young Black male that I loved. Mayor Kalowski, has plainly written that your job responsibility is to recommend and provide efficient operation of government. Know that everything we are dealing with has everything to do with the safety and protection of this community. Know that the efficient operation of government by the way of the Peru Police Department in handling this case is in question because the way of my son's case has been handled has been an insult and a disservice to all who care for him. Know that this isn't just about justice, because justice would be that Jelani would still be here. This has everything to do with accountability. Not only accountability for those not doing their jobs, but for accountability for those who continue to enable this behavior from your police department. I ask you tonight, have you enabled the lack of accountability? Have you looked into this case yourselves? What questions have you raised to the Peru Police Department? What accountability meetings have you set up? Do you know the details of this case? Have you asked questions about what is being done? Your actions, as well as your inactions, are being noticed and noticed. Noticed and noted, I'm sorry. I have an army behind me and my family. They are watching and listening to everything you say and do and are not doing. Can you lead this city? Do you really want another horrific, unsolved murderer to take place in this city? If you haven't understood yet, there is a severe crisis that requires swift, thorough, and transparent action. I am deeply disheartened that this is not the kind of action my son has received from you nor the Peru Police Department. I stand before you on this evening because I need answers, and I need your assistance in helping me to gain clarity for these answers. As a supervisor in this council, as a legislative body, where's your accountability in making sure that this unimaginable, traumatizing experience doesn't happen to anyone else? You yourself should be concerned with your constituents here in this city. I want you to put yourselves for one moment and consider yourselves in my shoes. Put yourselves in my place. Consider the sleepless nights, the nightmares, the agony of not knowing the horrors of your child's final hours, endless tears and continual fight to seek and secure answers where there is nothing but silence. How would you accept asking questions and getting gaslighted answers? finding out that a major piece of evidence that the police have told you was processed for fingerprints and DNA is being kept outside in the elements and unsecured, that the evidence in the car has been tainted. How would you feel if you had to wait weeks before being told or communicated any updates? Would you sit back and do nothing, settle for the answers of, I'll get back in touch with you in a few days, as if this case is kind of unimportant and you will have to wait for those in charge to find time for you? Would you let your child's death be a mockery? Do this. Replace your child's name or loved one with Jelani's and consider the daily heartbreak that you will be subjected to. I do not know why you all think I should settle for the minimum. I do not know why you think that I should accept knowing that you have over 500 hours plus a video. He isn't found on anywhere on your cameras and all the leads point to nowhere. I don't know why my family has to endure this emotionally draining nightmare. I constantly, continually ask God for guidance because I often do not know where to go or what to do. But I stay in the fight because just like your child, Jelani's life has great significance and worth. I remain confident that somebody somewhere knows something, but those somebodies and that those somebodies will be held accountable. Because of the time that has lapsed, I have lost complete faith in you and your police chief. Neither of you take my son's death seriously. Trust can only be restored when you and your police department make the necessary steps to build that trust. One of those ways is not just by asking for assistance, but by putting aside your pride and asking those more equipped to take over this investigation. And I'm referring to the FBI. My question this evening is have you been in this fight with me? If so, how do I know? What does your advocacy look like? What have your actions been? Have there been swift, thorough, and transparent during this open? Have they been swift, thorough, and transparent during this open and active investigation? When this is all said and done and accountability is had, will you and your police chief be on the right side of history? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your valuable time. Any other public comment tonight?
Your Honor, we have multiple public comments online, 31 comments. I won't read each individual comment. I would say 31 of them are Justice for Jelani Day, then one in support of our police department, and one encouraging the new chief to put a task force and triple check evidence before and get to work. And standing behind Carmen and her comments. So that's all we have online at this time. And I would ask Carmen if you would provide that statement in an email form so I could put it in the permanent record of the city. Who am I providing to? The city clerk. I'll give you my card. That way it'll be in the minutes of the meeting, word for word, okay? I will.